Hi, Cognitivism is what I have chosen to speak with you about today. Throughout my presentation, I will speak about what drives me as a teacher and ways in which I implement cognitive theory within my classroom. I will also run through the major features of cognitism. I have always believed, like all teachers, that all students have the right to learn. In New South Wales, all students are taught from the curriculum. It is our job as teachers to realise that our students enter our classroom each and every day with different abilities, learning styles, ways of understanding, and of course different personalities. After years of working with children, particularly in a special education setting, I am constantly still surprised when I witness a student who is unable to understand, say, division, yet they, on the same day, can display a sound understanding of another mathematical subject, for example, trigonometry. It proves to me over and over again that we cannot simply assume a child's level of learning or understanding. The theory of cognitive learning focuses on the internal processes of information. This approach pays most attention to what occurs inside the learner's brain. This theory identifies that learning causes a reorganisation through obtaining new information and in turn processing and attaining more knowledge. As you're all aware, I'm sure, Cognitivism was created and introduced due to a discontent with many of the inadequacies of the behaviourism theory. Before I talk about the strengths of Cognitivism, as I believe they far outweigh the weaknesses, I've identified, I guess you'd call it a limitation, of implementing Cognitivism within my classroom, to be that it requires a much higher level of commitment from you, the teacher. Basing one's teaching on Cognitivism and its surrounding theories calls upon teachers to implement and use teaching tools that may not ordinarily be called upon. There's one tool that I like to use regularly in my class, and it's the KWL chart. Know, want to know, learn chart. This chart calls for the teacher to preview a unit or a lesson to their students. The want to know portion calls for students to ask questions and helps to assess their knowledge on a specific unit or topic. The learn section forms a network of information that collectively the students or individually they already know. I have found this chart to be extremely effective, but if you choose to implement this tool within your classroom, it calls for you on many occasions to add to or alter the lessons that you've previously planned, which can be time consuming, as we all know. However, the use of the cognitive strategy, I believe, increases the efficiency and effectiveness of how a student approaches a learning task. I believe you'll come to the conclusion that it is well worth the extra time and the effort. The cognitive approach has a key advantage, being that there are many practical and useful applications. Implementing aspects of cognitive learning theory allows students to develop in numerous ways that can have lifelong benefits. First, gaining practical experience puts theory into practice and thereby makes it more relevant. Practical experience also allows people to learn in a variety of ways. Furthermore, real-world learning prepares you for further education, for careers, for community involvement. It is difficult to overestimate the value of learning by doing. As you are all well aware, the use of technology is on the rise within our classrooms, and I have seen firsthand, and I'm a strong believer of the importance of technology in the classroom. Developing students' technical skills within the classroom will better help prepare children for when they enter the workforce, once they complete their schooling. There are many ways in which teachers can use cognitive learning theories within the classroom, utilising the technology they have, such as internet-guided tours of historical buildings and geographical landmarks. Cognitive learning can be applied by providing structured teaching using real-world examples such as news programs and virtual excursions. Educating students to self-question, why would the character act in such a way, or why would I have solved this issue the same way? Helps students to better understand what they are learning. By presenting information both visually and verbally, for example, utilising class drawings to represent anatomy, as well as discussing the activity, helps students to encode information into their long-term memory. As students are actively involved in the activity of drawing the body parts, it increases their likelihood of meaningful connections being made. Concept mapping and question time are also ways to utilise the cognitive learning theory in your classroom. In summarising my speech with you all today, I hope you have come away with some practical ways to implement cognitive learning into your classrooms, as well as some information as to why I have not only chosen this theory over many others, but why I believe it works. We've all heard of students ask the question, when will I ever use this in real life? Teaching using the cognitive learning theory will help you not only understand the question, but demonstrate teaching that answers it. Thank you very much for your time today.